Greetings. Okay, so I am Doc T. I tried to go live through Instagram, and because I'm not on the social medias as often as I probably could be, it told me I can't stream. And I was like, why can't I go live? And it was like, because you're not popular. You're not going to quiet me. No, nobody puts baby in a corner. Anyway, welcome. If you are new here, if you are searching for a way to just be connected, this is the channel for that. This is the place for that. I am doing this in a setup for bigger projects to come, and today is day one of some of those bigger to come projects. So I hope you stick around throughout. Feel free to ask questions, feel free to chime in, and keep it cute, right? As my kids say, keep it P, so that this is just a way to preserve and create energetic, positive space for the collective to be aware of and to join in and celebrate. So, over on my TikTok, I talked about this week, and this week has such dope energies connected to it. We're still in the Lionsgate portal, which is just a really positive energy because of, in numerology, the number 8 is a really celebrated number. And for yesterday, it was August, which is the 8th month. It was the 8th day, and 8 2026, when you reduce it, equals 8. So it's a triple 8. So it's really great for manifesting infinity, abundance, growth, harmony, and love. And I wanted to get on here. I wanted to go live and do some tarot. And when it told me I couldn't, I was like, I need a space to get this energy out because I feel like there's a really positive message here for somebody within the collective. And I just want that to be present. As I'm sitting here, this is live. This is not scripted. This is just coming off the top because this is just how I'm feeling about the energy on today. And so I don't have a camera set up. I'm just going to show you as I go through some of the energy of what is happening and how to work with it on today. And like I said, this is the start to some of the bigger projects that are coming later that I really hope, that I really believe will bring about some positive energy and change to the collective that is seeking a more grounded experience these days. I won't go too much into my background, just to say that I've been practicing healing arts for over 20 years, since I was 12 years old. I'm 42. You can do the math. And I really enjoy it. I enjoy it during the times where there is peace, and I even enjoy it during the times of the storm. And then when there's calm, right? Because I think sometimes peace feels like empty, or it feels like there's nothing going on, and that can stir up some more stuff, right? So peace for me is just happiness, it's bliss, it's joy, it's safety, it's trust. But the calm doesn't always feel quiet, right? Sometimes the calm is just a presence, a here and now, and being able to navigate even when the storms come. What that looks like for us, I think, is really important. So for me personally, I tend to use a lot of meditation, a lot of journaling. I'll pull tarot, I'll sit by the water, I'll go hug a tree, I'll give thanks and gratitude, I light candles, and we'll talk about that as this page grows and develops. But for today, I do want to talk a little bit about something that's happening, or something that is astrologically present. And when I talk about astrology and astronomy and psychology, I really want us to understand that our bodies is the catalyst for so much change in our brains, right? Which is behind our head, inside of our skull, is just a neurological firing point. It's just it's like an engine, right? But it's not the entire vehicle. And so being able to connect our brains with our hearts, which are the spaces of our emotions, which then is contained within our body, right? And having that somatic experience be explored is the total package. And that's just the part that then connects to the other parts, like the moon, the sun rotation, if it's raining, if it's sunny, if it's cold, if it's warm, if there's a full moon, if there's a new moon. And I recognize that some of us may feel different about those things, and that's okay, because this may not be the page for you. And if you don't feel different about those things, if you are aligned with those things, then welcome. So for today, I want to talk a little bit, I want to work with the energy of Mercury in Leo. Mercury is the sign of communication, and Leo is, this, because we're still in Leo season, under the Lion's Gate. Leo is about I will. And sometimes with that I will, it gets a bad rep of like being the center of attention, but that's not it at all. It's happy. It's present, right? And we, maybe sometimes as a bigger society, we don't celebrate that, because who are you? You're not unique. You're not special. And the truth is, yes, you are. And who you are is who you are to be, because there's no one else like you. We may all have a brain. Maybe. We may all have certain parts that look like other things that other people have, but how we use them is completely different. And that is the goal and purpose of today, is to take a look at some of these cards and try to connect with what does that look like and what does that mean for you on today. So I talk a lot. And like I said, this is the start of a beautiful project that is coming up. So I won't talk too much more, because I want to get into being able to pull some of these cards. So let me just grab something. Okay. So let me show you the cards that I am working with. I have my little troll. This is what I would call my solar plexus. And when I think about solar plexus, I think about those what the Labradors. They just are balls of energy. They are a lot of fun. They're very loyal. You get up, they get up. You sit down, they sit down. You want to play, they want to play. And that's the type of energy that I feel is happening today. So you'll see me on this channel from time to time with a Crown Royal bag, okay? And no, there's no liquor in here. Maybe once upon a time, but there's no liquor in here. What's in here are my my cards that I use very often for connecting and communicating. And I'm not going to go too much into it today, but I do believe that when we are wanting to create a world for ourselves, it's important to create a routine within that world. Does that look like perfectionism? No. It just looks like what do you value and how much do you value that, right? Like, I know that for me, if I don't get up and give gratitude first thing in the morning, I kind of leave myself open for other types of things to happen and to occur, and I don't like that. So I give gratitude. And also I know that because I do a lot of work with a lot of different people with a lot of different things, I have to keep my certain energies protected. This bag is purple, and purple is a color of royalty. It's also represented by Jupiter. Jupiter is luck. We won't get into too much of that today, but I do think that being able to keep them in a space that is comforting to me, that's connecting to me, is important. Is liquor connected to me? Some may say yes, as a Pisces. But I love a Crown Royal bag because my grandmother used to keep one, great craftsmanship, great material. Okay. But two, it just reminds me of like safety. You could put money in here. You could put a bag of rocks in here, or some rocks. Not those types of rocks. Oh my God. I mean, like crystal stones. We're off to a great start. I'm going to put this bag down before my channel gets flagged and gets canceled. Anyway, I have keep in here the Hoodoo deck, the Hoodoo Tarot by Tiana McQuiller. I think this is just fantastic, phenomenal, and it gives a lot of great insight. I'm also today going to work with the Afro Goddess Tarot Arcanas. Listen, this right here is my jam. Okay, I just got it. That's why they're still in the box. They'll find a place. I'll find a home for them soon. But for now, I like the box. I think the box is really pretty, and I think it's okay to sit them in there until I form a better relationship with them. But baby, you talk about clarity. You talk about beautiful visualization. You talk about just understanding. Understanding like the essence of guidance, and this is guidance for me that is, yes, spiritual in nature, but it's also very revealing, right? Like Carl Jung talked about man and his symbols, and he talks about how humans have to have order and organization. That's that brain, right? The brain wants to have an understanding of something. If you ask it why, it's going to have to figure out why not, right? If you have a problem, it's going to want to seek a solution. So when we have symbols and things that we can connect to in our world, right, outside of ourselves, even within ourselves internally, it allows us to feel safe. And I think that the use of words, symbols, colors, pictures, smells, sounds, when those things are attached or attuned to something that is not safe, we avoid them. And we then try to find a way to circumnavigate our way through our world without having to engage in them. Something that I really, really enjoy about tarot and oracle and meditation and journaling and mindfulness is that you can't avoid certain things, especially when you're tapped in, tuned in, you're shuffling, you're feeling the energy of what is being expressed or what is being hidden, and you're able to use the symbols with your own discernment to create a message for healing or for connection or for clarity or, just for understanding. And so I choose decks that connect those types of dots. And I even have some decks that may not necessarily have any pictures on them, but they still connect the dots. And those are the values cards. I've been practicing, studying, performing psychological techniques for 19 and a half years this year. And so projection is a big thing for us humans because we're behavior, right? All behavior has meaning. And so when we see certain things, certain words, certain colors, we hear certain tunes, we want to understand them so that it makes sense for our world. When we don't understand them, again, we're either trying to avoid it or we're trying to make sense of it. Either way, it's going to get addressed. So why not be intentional about it? I told y'all I could talk a lot. I'm gonna tighten it up. Okay, so the values cards, they just have like words on them. I think there's 50. I don't have the box anymore. I think it's 54, 52 cards. 3 of them don't have any words. They just, are blank colored cards. And then when those pop up, I use them accordingly. I use a lot of this The question may be, do you do this with your clients? Some clients, yes. Some clients really value, okay, we're going to talk about the challenges clinically that are present. We're going to talk about the behaviors. How is it showing up in your body? What are some of the thoughts? And then they may want to extend their practice by, okay, let's pull some cards. Let's see what some of the messages are that are coming across, and let's see how you utilize that in your day to day until we meet again. And I've been doing this, like I said, for years. So before I became a doctor, before I became a clinician, before I was licensed, I was sitting on the floor, sitting at the table, pulling cards as a kid. Okay. And then when I went to college, I was really taking off. And then I paused for a while for different reasons. But then I found like it just makes sense to be self. Like it makes sense to be who I am, because that then can help you be who you are if you are here for me as I am here for you, and we are here together. Okay. Listen. All right. I can talk. My chopsticks falling on the floor. I'm gonna give me a bigger table soon. Give me a bigger platform soon. Just you wait and see. But for today, I'm gonna ring this sound bowl. And I'm just going to use these 3 cards, these 3 decks, the Hoodoo deck, the Afro Goddess deck, and the Values cards, because I feel as though that's enough. And I feel as though those messages that come across are enough. Now, I do have a personalized 5-card spread that I use for myself and for people who I connect with, people who seek out my services specifically for this. And today I'm just going to use as above, so below, as within, so without. And then just clarify those so it'll look like 4 cards. You know what? No. I'm getting a message. Use your 5-card spread. So I'm using my 5-card spread. My 5-card spread is the first card is the ancestors card, or something that is coming through as a message. Then the next card is the truth. The third card is the illusion, or what I don't see, or what's not seen, like in the actual reality of things. The fourth card is action, and then the last card is the outcome. So when you take the action, then here the outcome is what you can expect. If you don't take the action, you can still expect the outcome. It just may show up as a different type of meaning. And there are times when there are several messages that come out that require some clarification. So it really just depends. I'm excited for this. Oh my gosh. Like I haven't done this in a very, very long time. And I typically don't share all this stuff out because all this up here. And I think that time is over. I think it's a new season, it's a new cycle, it's a new experience. And so here goes it. I mean, what's the best that could happen? All right, so I want to open this up with a sound bowl. I'll show you my sound bowl. Boop. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to use the Ancestors deck to give a message of clarity for the collective for today. Today is Mercury in Leo. So today is a day about powerful conversations around communication, around what needs to be spoken, what needs to be said, what's desirable, right? Without fear, because lions are not afraid. Even the cowardly lion found his courage, right? And this is a very beautiful time for like wonderful energy. I just saw the 9 of baskets. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, energy. Thank you, beautiful, beautiful collective, conscious collective people who are here to celebrate. I saw the tower in reverse. I'm gonna get some one clear message. The tower. So also, oh my goodness, there is a lot of information that wants to come out, but I'm not gonna let it fall. Um, my interpretation on things, and so I've been doing this, and like I said, for 30 years, right? And some people may be like, "Oh, that's nothing. I've been doing it for 50 years." Well, if you're 60, okay. So I've been doing this for a very long time, and what I will say that along my journey, along my path of understanding, I've been able to see how some things we fear are not fears. There's just not understanding. It's not full clarity. Like, for instance, let's say you fall in love with someone and they break up with you. You may fear or feel like, oh my gosh, the world is over, things are terrible, how come, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, and perhaps the breakup was to break through into something else more powerful, more meaningful, more beautiful for the two of you. Right? Okay. Ace of Baskets. Because that, like, I felt that pull out of my hand, right? So I'm going to move some of these out the way. Like I said, a bigger space is coming, a bigger platform. This is a great time to get it in now. To dust off the the forms, the different forms of communication that I sometimes get a little intimidated by myself, just being able to, express it and say it and leave it where it's at. All right, so the message here is the Ace of Baskets, and let me show you the card. Baskets in this tarot represents cups. Ace of Baskets is a new baby, relationship, proposal, or marriage. And let me tell you something too. So I use all forms. I use a lot of different forms of understanding and insight. And then this morning I was reading Psalms 22. And it was talking about, the it's like being new of a birth of a baby. This is an interpretation, okay, and how hard sometimes things are because we don't have a lot of our own. We use our own understanding, or there's a lot of different experiences that are present that impact our belief, our love, our courage, our faith, our insight, which then when I then read Psalm 23, which I mean, right, I've been reading it for a very long time. It's like, oh, I don't know, for today it clicked, right? It clicked because it was like, yea, though I walk through the valley, I shall fear none. Like, I'm not, yes, like, here are all these hard things, but I know and I trust that there is an overflow. You see that basket overflowing? There's an overflow coming. And last night, so I was reading Psalms 22, and I had like a That's So Raven moment where, everything kind of flashed in because I recalled my dream from the night. And I was dreaming about a birth of a baby. Okay, so perhaps in the collective, obviously, right, in the collective, somebody is going to have a baby because it's life. Like, we're constantly living, we're constantly growing, we're constantly changing, obviously. However, I also feel like this is the new chapter. Like this, my breath. I'm getting excited. This is a new chapter. This is welcome to the lion's den. For all things begin, all things are made brand new, because you're either going to confront something that you've been so afraid of before, or you're gonna leave something that has been a challenge. Either way, it's a blessing because you get to be. Okay, I hope that makes sense. The next card is the truth. Ace of Coins. You see that? I'm assuming that's sweet potato pie. I got the book, but I think I left it outside, so I'm not gonna like run and go get it. But Ace of Coins. So coins represent pentacles, right? And pentacles are the earth. It's the physical things that are happening. And again, we have an ace. So a new job, a new raise, a new promotion, a new phase coming in. Again, this week is super, super dope. Okay. We have today Mercury in Leo. We have I'll just grab it so I'm not making it up. And I use this as the uh magic of I. I'll try to put all of the products and descriptions and things somewhere. Tomorrow, August 10th, Venus conjuncts with Neptune, then trines Pluto. So a lot of focus on how to enhance love. It could be romantic love, okay? And romantic love could be external, but love starts from the inside. So, great time to start something new, to start a new routine, to start a new practice. And it could be something as simple as waking up and just saying thank you, going to bed and saying thank you. Maybe like, putting on a new perfume or taking a new way to work just to explore, right? Or maybe save some gas. Maybe instead of driving to work, take the bus or a carpool, whatever, right? It's a great day for love. And then Tuesday, we have even more. The biggest thing that I like about Tuesday with the different movements of the planets and things is that where is it? Mars moves into Cancer, and Cancer represents like healing and home and those very mother like energies. And because Mars is the sign, or excuse me, the planet of assertiveness, it's a great time to get grounded in like nurture, right? Not nature, but nurture, heal, intent, consume the thing that you know is going to bring about safety and comfort, and not an overindulgence, however, a very specific harmony of self. And then Wednesday is the new moon in Leo, and we have Mercury sextiling Uranus and Mars sextiling Chiron, which I'll talk about at another time for another day. I don't want to block this reading too much because I think there's some great energies happening here. So in our first position, which is the ancestors' message, is the Ace of Baskets. And the Ace of Baskets is about a new opportunity. And then the next one, which is the truth, is the like a new job, a new promotion, a new income, a new investment. So something that you have been putting your coins into, your physical self into, is going to produce some returns, right? Then the next card, which is what we don't see, which I like this card too. You can get it in the right position. Okay, there we go. It's the Seven of Knives, and knives are up here, right? It's our intellect. It's our thoughts. And so if you can see, she's got a pot and she's got her knives. She also has a smile, right? There could be some, we may see Seven of Knives and say, oh my gosh, like, oh no, something bad is coming. I don't know fix those types of things. Like I told you, everything is for growth, everything is for learning. So this could be saying like, what we don't see is that we need to get out of something. We need to get out of a cycle. With the new moon in Leo coming, and it's an eclipse moon, it's a lunar eclipse moon. This could be, okay, let's get rid of these cycles that no longer serve us. Let's get rid of these things that have, potentially caused or created some form of harm for us in the past, so that we can get to whatever the next steps are. And in the fourth position, we have the Seven of Coins. So we have two aces and two sevens. If I get the third seven, look, somebody go play the lotto and just let me hold $20, So we have the Seven of Coins. Let me see if I can get this correct. There we go. So coins, again, that's our physical, right? And so we have the Seven of Coins, and that is patience. Let me see if you can see. You see how she's in the field. Her coins, her crops are behind her, but she's looking ahead, right? So this is very much saying like, the action is to continue to look ahead, continue to look forward, continue to know and trust that success is waiting for you and you will receive it. I'm not baiting you. This is speaking to the collective. And I want to be a part. I'm a part of the collective. So this is gonna be for us. Us. All of us. I don't know where that voice came from, but it's there. Okay, and then we have the Eight of Knives. And the Eight of Knives is a crossroad. So we have two aces, two sevens, and one eight. And we have two knives, two coins, and one basket. And so if you can see the Eight of Knives, again, knives are our intellect. This is like isolation, imprisonment, but it's self imposed. So the outcome, right? I'm taking this and I'm going to clarify with the goddess tarot. The outcome here. Try to slip away, child. Um, mm, yeah, it's the Five of Swords and the Hangman. The outcome here is when you know that when you allow yourself to be in a space of trust, when you allow yourself to be in a space of surrender, because recall, as I was pre-shuffling, I saw the Tower card, and a lot of times people see the Tower card and they think, "Oh my gosh, the storms are coming." Yes, storms come and storms go. Right? Change happens. When we resist it, when we fear it, when we think there's something to be afraid of, then of course they're going to create that energy because it's a reflection, right? Everything is a reflection. Everything is a mirror. Why? Because as humans, what our goal is to make it make sense. So if we see something and we're like, oh my gosh, I'm afraid of that, guess what's going to happen? More fear. We're not going to be like, oh, I'm afraid of that. Yay. No, that's just not. Now, some of us may have trained ourselves to believe that, but what does your body say? Are you sleeping okay? Are you eating okay? Is your heart rate elevated? Is your stomach in the bubbles? Okay, let's be honest. Let's be aligned. And when we're aligned, then we can say, oh my gosh, I'm uncertain about this. Let me just sit back and wait. Right. So if we see an Ace of Baskets come up, and then we see an Eight of Knives come up, but let me not even go there. If we see an Ace of Baskets come up, then we see an Ace of Coins come up, then we see what we don't see is a Seven of Knives, and then after that is a Seven of Coins. Keep your head to the sky, and the outcome is the Eight of Knives because these two things right here are working together. We may not see that we're doubting and we're untrustworthy. And so when we don't see that, we kind of put ourselves in this stuckness at this crossroads when truly there are none. I shouldn't say truly there aren't none, but they're not what we think they are. Now, can I show this card? I can show this card. Okay. So the two cards that came out to clarify and they jumped out, right? One is the Five of Swords. This is using the Afro goddess. That's cute, ain't it? Let me see if I can get that like that. Yeah. Okay, so again, swords, knives, intellect, fives, change. Okay, here's what's downloaded. The Five of Swords is coming out with this Eight of Knives because maybe the last time something good came, it also left bad, right? Like, let's say, I'll go back to the example that I think a lot of people have experienced, which is a breakup. Let's say the breakup, like the relationship was really, really good, right? And then it ended. So now here comes another opportunity, right? I mean, like another opportunity that's going to be very, very good. But we're like, I don't trust it, right? Even though we're like, I don't trust it, but I'm gonna keep looking forward. I'm gonna keep doing what I need to do because this sits right here. This is here, right? And so the Five of Swords is here to be like, the last time I tried that, ain't work out too good. But don't you fret, mon frere. You see this? This is the Hangman, and instantly what I saw was the Ankh. Y'all see that? Dope. Okay, this is about to be one of my favorite decks. These two about to go hand in hand. What I instantly saw, I don't know if you can see it. do it like that, boom, right? The hangman. And we see the hangman, and it's, it's the number 12, which reduces to a 3. And for me, that's like, see things from a different perspective. Oh, can we allow ourselves to see things from a different perspective? And when we do that, we're not at a crossroads. When we do that, we're able to say, which path shall I choose? Because no matter where I go, I'm going to have to maybe deal with something, right? What I like about this 8 is that it's even. It's 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. No matter where I go, it's going to be a little something, because what I've experienced has left me kind of feeling uncertain, right? Has left me feeling with the knives out. Yet, let me see if I can show you how this is going. Oh, I can't wait to get me a camera, baby. The 7 of coins was sitting in the action position, looking this way. Does that make sense? Yeah. So the 7 of coins is looking at the ace of baskets and the ace of coins, right? If you see it from a different perspective, then you'll receive a different type of, energy with it. Now, I'm like, this is a live. I haven't done this in a very long time, and I'm already at 36 minutes. I don't know who's gonna watch this at 36 minutes. And thank you. I said I was going to. I said I was going to use all 3 of these cards, and so I'm using them. So the message, right, to kind of power through, or to continue on. There's 2 messages that came out. Oh my goodness. It's acceptance, right? And this is 101. You see the number at the bottom. So acceptance and passion. And passion is 37, which is 10, starting over, which again is a 1, right? So we have 2 1s. Acceptance and passion. Sorry. It's probably time for me to go. Yeah. When I look at this, I see the clarity in being able to maintain this different awareness of a perspective, but trusting, because of this week that we're in, because of this energy that we're in, there's huge potential for growth. This growth has to be accepted by the self first, because when the self accepts it, then everything that comes out of that is related to what we love. Venus is popping this week, okay? The planets are connecting. They're trining several times, and a trine is a triangle, right? It's a 3-cornered angle that supports one another. And when we have these spaces where healing is supported, growth is supported, new beginnings, new opportunities, overflow is supported, how can we not accept it, right? However, the delay, right? I think the challenge here, and maybe even here, the challenge here is believing that I can accept it. The harvest is coming in. You've planted the seeds. You've done the work. Even if you haven't done the work, you can still do the work in this season and receive a blessing when you do it with passion. Passion is a green card. Green is the chakra color of the heart. When you're working from your heart space, your truth, your emotions, those are things that are real, right? When you're working from that space, of course, I love this, and I love y'all for sitting here with me. I'll look out for the comments. You tell me what type of message resonated with you as you looked at some of the cards, as you looked at some of the images. Like I said, I'm going to try to upload and share where you can find these items. And please feel free to leave a comment, a like. You can even subscribe. This is a start of something new. This is a start of something that will continue to grow and flourish for the collective. as it relates to our overall wellness. So, as always, um, be kind, be fun, and be well. Bye for now.